Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamila Daura. Thank you for clicking to watch this video. If you are new, welcome, and if you're not a subscriber, hi. So today I want to get right into this video as it is happening. This week, we woke up in the northern community. Again, guess what? Very trivial issues. Very trivial issues that sometimes I feel like, do we not have problems in the north that we really need to take care of? Other than, mijina ya iwan matata haka. Like, what miji Taiwan, all these things, like, do we not have, we have real problems, I want to believe. Today's issue that we're going to talk about, guess what it is? It is about the greeting distance. Let me bring the mic closer so that you guys can hear me. The greeting issue between a husband and wife, and again, Arewa 24, right? Is that the channel they call it? I do not watch it. I've never watched Arewa 24. Is it Mata Ayo program? But I have seen a lot of issues, a lot of people complaining about that channel, saying that, oh, it is not good for us, it is not good for our northern women, that it is a group of women that are unmarried that sit down and tell the married woman how to live her life. And I'm like, come on now, people. Is that really it? Is that really it? Like, you just want to condemn divorced women, you just want to do that. But yes, they brought up a conversation that a man sent a message that, oh, my wife does everything. We actually have talked about this over the weekend on another platform, but I wanted to bring this to you guys, and since it's a whole new community. By the way, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you end up enjoying it. And I would like to hear your thoughts, right? So a man sent a message to the program saying that his wife is a very dutiful woman. She does everything that she needs to do as a good wife. But his problem is that she does not greet him. And because she does not greet him, he is considering divorcing her. Haba. Like, seriously, people have said different things, and I think the Arewa community, they are just really mad at the fact that our scholars are not doing proper justice to this conversation. Like, they are taking it, hiding the religious perspective and promoting culture. We understand that Islam does not negate culture so long as the culture does not take you out of the fold of Islam, make you do things that is un-Islamic. But there are also situations that even when something cultural does not seem bad, it also should not be encouraged in Islam. Islam is not going to back it if it just doesn't promote peace. Because one thing is that something cultural might be good, like in this issue of respect, regard old versus young, because we have this right culturally in Africa. Islam will not see it that way, most especially when the older people start antagonizing the younger folks because they are not greeting them, they are not kneeling down to greet. Islam is not going to back you on that. Neither is it going to also enforce it that, oh, they must greet you. No, because one, you are antagonizing somebody here, and it is un-Islamic for you to make people feel bad. That while Islam does not tell us to shy away from our culture, it also encourages us to do things that will promote good, most especially for Islam as well, and good living and peaceful living, and communal sharing and helping and communal living. That is what Islam promotes. So it is not that deep, and it hasn't gotten that far for a man to say that he wants to divorce his wife because his wife is as good as everything, but she is not greeting him. That is un-Islamic, and Islam is not going to encourage you to divorce your wife because of that. Like, if they want to solve these things spiritually, like from the religious perspective and using the fatwas and everything to solve this, they are going to tell the man, why won't you greet her? Like, greet her. Now, a lot of scholars have come out to try to bring the women folk down and say certain. Just a few scholars have actually come out to say that if she does not greet you, why won't you greet her? Is there anything in your mouth that is preventing you from greeting her? Does it make you less of a man for greeting your wife? So Islam is a very balanced religion. But why the North is really, really mad is because of what some scholars have or some men have really portrayed it, and try to bring down the women, the presenters of that program, Mater Ayo or Mater Ayo. I don't know the program, but if you're familiar with the program, please write it so that if somebody wants to watch that program and this thing, they can be watching it, because I'm not going to come out here to tell you do not watch it. I'm not going to come out here. We are all adults and we are grown up, so you should be able to tell the difference between good and bad and what you should take away from something. There is this thing people say, like, take the message and leave the messenger, right? There's, no matter how bad the situation is, if there be fair in your judgment. Don't say because somebody looks a certain way, behaves a certain way, then you cannot draw lessons from the things that they say. The dilemma in all of this, I feel like, is for people that are in young marriages. I would love to know how. I mean, my marriage is just almost 10 years, just 10 years, so it is young in its way. But what I want people to understand, and young people that are not married, is that please, whatever you see on social media, take it with a grain of salt, to the men and to the women. So marriage is not black and white, and the older you get in it, the more you would find a rhythm to your living situation, how you are going to relate with this person that you're married to. You can be greeting yourselves good morning, good afternoon, and there is no love, no regard, no respect for each other, and it is just being done in a way that maybe there is just a king-servant relationship, that the man is the king, the wife is... I'm not saying that is the typical reason why some women greet their husbands, like for women who have done it. I'm just saying that if you really want something to be done to you, be able to also do that same thing. I do tell people that that find themselves in peculiar situations in their marriages, like, oh, my husband is not doing this, but I want this. And I'm like, if you want it and you want it for yourself, why don't you go for it? That is the kind of approach I give my marriage. If I want something from the mister, and I know that it's going to be very hard for him to, like, go stand up, do it for me and all those things, I go for it by doing something similar to kind of prompt the act in him. So sometimes you just have to be the one to preempt. You just have to be the one to preempt certain things to happen. If you don't preempt it, don't assume that everybody knows right all the time. What might be wrong for you is right for somebody. What might be right for somebody what might be right for you might be wrong for someone. So it is really not a big deal if you're someone that is in a very young marriage and you start living with your husband, newlywed. Take it one step at a time and find a rhythm of what will work for you people. Sincerely, don't let what all this social media, marriage is white on this side and black on this side and there is no middle ground. Don't let it define your marriage, because it is going to be very, very hard to navigate marriage. And I wish they asked the person, or the person kind of said how long they've been married for. It is really going to inform something like, maybe some men, when they get into marriage, they automatically feel like, oh, they are now oga, they are now boss, I have a woman under me, I can tell her what to do, I can direct her life, dictate her life. So it gives them that satisfaction, that sense of masculinity or boss or ownership of something. So it's kind of marriage's validation for some of these men. In that situation, you start seeing things unfold in this way. But for someone that has been 10 years in marriage or 15 years in marriage, I swear to God, they'll just be like, what are you talking about? Me, I'm here rushing out of the house and I'll just send my wife a message like, yeah, babe, sorry, I can't sorry, how are you? I left the house, you were sleeping, I had to rush out of the house. People with busy life and lives, this is the list of their greeting. Good morning, good afternoon is the list of their worries. But again, it could be a good thing. I mean, when I was thinking about, greeting could be a good thing. It could be a start to conversation. It is not necessarily good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Salaam alaikum, hi, Kaita Shilafia, how was your night? I think that is good enough greeting. How are you doing today? Are you okay? Is something wrong? This is usually my own way of reaching out to the mister, like, is something wrong? Are you okay? Because I observe his mood, his looks, when he's smiling, when he's not, when he's in deep thoughts. I'm able to get in there. Are you okay? Is something wrong? Are you feeling well? I know the body language, so this is usually how I go about it. But wallahi tallahi, because again I'm Hausa, he's Yoruba. When I see him, sometimes I'm like, Sanu, Yani, Yade, And sometimes when he seems like Peleo, he tells me this, and that is our greeting. So it's not that deep, it's not that serious. Just find the reading for yourself. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Should lack of good morning, good afternoon in a marriage be a deal breaker? Is it enough to send the other person packing? I feel like it's a non-issue. You don't have to do things traditionally all the time. Marriage needs spicing up. Marriage needs evolving with. So you cannot be stuck in the same place. Well, if the stuck in the same place works for you people, do it, but there is no growing when you're stuck in the same place. And as the older you get, the more evolved, refined, fine-tuned your relationship is and your emotions are for each other. So go with the flow, and don't see it as though because someone is not greeting you, then that person does not respect you, that person does not regard you. Please, it is far from it. There are more serious issues in marriage, and that people are trying to balance book, cash out, raise good children. Again, talking about children, don't say that because the woman that cannot greet, if you bring the argument into the comment section, I'm going to hide it. But don't say that, oh, you're not greeting your husband, you're not greeting your wife. How are you supposed to get your children? Oh, I make the children greet their father. I make it. But when they go out into their lives, they decide how they want to be waking each other up when they get married. But when they are under my roof, they will. Sometimes I hug my children. I don't even wait for them to tell me good morning, good afternoon. I just, how are you? Did you wake up fine? We hug. And the biggest greeting I really want to inculcate in my children is salam. I want them, when they come into the house, the first thing they want to say is salam alaikum, more than good morning, salam alaikum. Some is good morning, salam. No, I want them to say salam alaikum before they do good morning. That is what I instill in my children presently. So yeah, that is it for this video. I would like to hear your thoughts. We really have trashed this on 2 different platforms. This is going to be the 3rd platform I'm talking about it, and I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Should it be an issue or a non-issue in every marriage, however old or however young the marriage is? And what advice would you give to couples that are going through this greeting and non-greeting thing? Leave a comment in the comment section, subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next video. Bye and stay blessed.